Good evening. My name is Craig Hernandez. Now, those of you watching this probably you don't know who I am. Well, that's the point. I'm just an ordinary guy. Go to work every morning, go home at night, make friends, get coffee. Just what do you expect an everyday average person to do? And well, I'm happy with that life. I really enjoy it. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about today. I wanted to send this message just to address a topic that I think should be discussed, especially now more than ever in today's world. I like to call it my big idea. Now, what's the big idea? That's probably what you're asking, and well, it's kind of complicated for me. What exactly is the big idea? There could be a lot of them, And what exactly can you define it as? Well, for me, the big idea is the one thing that you think should be focused on in our society. And for me, that is inclusion. Oh, inclusion. I have been such a supporter for inclusion for so many years. Just the topic, just thinking about it makes me so happy. I love it. It's just fantastic. And I think now, today's society, we need to use inclusion more than ever so we can prosper. Now, how do we do that? How do you figure this out? Well, I'll explain it to you. I need to give a bit of a backstory on myself. So I'm a businessman. I've been working for about 20 or so years, and early on in my business days, I wanted just to spread happiness to everyone I worked with. And I wanted to include so much of people's lives into, our community. Now, I'm a Hispanic man, and my culture means a lot to me, and for my upbringing, it's crucial. And so it's so crucial to me. It's always been. And as a minority, I wanted other people just to know that I had their backs. Any other minorities, I had their backs. Any underrepresented people, I had their backs. I wanted them all just to know. And one of the most important things, I learned just how you can be inclusive with people. And these are the tips I want to get across. One, don't do stereotypes. Stereotypes are so harmful. You can't use stereotypes. They are despicable. As someone who knows what a lot of minorities go through, when they go into business or anything like that, say I don't know, acting, anything, any sort of profession, like teaching or anything like that, we all know that in the past when someone's gotten into that in a minority or anyone else, they have always been stereotyped, and I know that. And I hate that. I don't want that to happen. And here are some tips. One, just avoid any stereotyping. If someone joins a business or anything like that, treat them as if they are equals. Because if you do that, you're bound to thrive and just to move forward in the business. And secondly, just use your own ideas to help someone. If someone wants just to expand, just expand something, if they have a huge idea themselves and they want it to come to life, just help them out. You just have to throw your own ideas in there, and just like that, it moves forward, and we move forward. And one thing too, this happens like, say if you're with an LGBTQ person, you have to know that it's just, you have to treat them correctly. Call them by the correct pronouns. Bring them in. So many people on the LGBTQ plus community, just who are part of it, they are not treated well, and that's horrible and it's wrong. Now, relate back to me, this is where like critical thinking will come into play. Now, it's been so tough for me, especially. I remember when I was just starting out, and I'm sorry, this is so tough for me to think about, and I just get, I get, I'm sorry, it's just, I wasn't treated the best, and I don't know why. I remember people just, it was because I was Hispanic, I don't understand. And I remember people just were making assumptions about me, and just they weren't listening to me. They weren't including me. They were casting me just out, especially the older people. And my big tip now is don't do that to anyone. You should not cast anyone out at all, regardless of what they look like, regardless of what they act like. Inclusion is accepting everyone, regardless of what their skin color is, what their gender is, what they look like, what they identify, what they act like. People with disabilities, look how people with disabilities, how they've been treated. It's horrible. And you shouldn't do that to anyone. And what we need more than ever in our society now is just to love each other. So much hate is in the world, and I don't know why. You have to bring others in. When you see someone just in the street, don't just make a face at them or anything like that. Let them know that they are accepted. And you don't even need to tell them, oh, you're accepted. No, just be friendly. If you see them, just wave, just smile, and just give them a thumbs up or anything. Because that makes someone's day. That lets people know that they're cared about and that people respect them. Now more than ever, we need to do this. The big idea for me is just to keep moving forward. And thinking about this, it's been a long journey. A long journey for all of us. We have moved forward so much. We have helped each other in so many ways. Look at what has happened. We've granted rights to so many people who deserve it. In the words of people like Dr. King, Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. King said years ago, I have a dream, and that one statement by him changed the world and allowed us to have more inclusiveness in our lives. We have to listen to things like that. Dr. King fought to include everyone. And today, we need to continue with what he was saying. And I know that this message, some people might not see this, but for those who do, just know that you are loved. You are loved. You are loved. And you will always be included. I promise. You are loved, and people will accept you. And just make sure to continue to accept others. It's what we all need as a society now. People may not see this, and who knows if this might change anything, but I don't care if not many people see us, because those who do can take away so much. Now, just for my word, love each other, and we could all be brothers and sisters on this earth. We could finally find the peace that we have been craving for so long. And all we need to do is to find inclusion. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Craig Hernandez, and I'm proud for who I am. And you should be proud for who you are. Thank you. Sending my love.